Building an off-grid tiny home using recycled materials. Did you know that the average American home produces over 7,000 pounds of construction waste during a typical remodel? Now imagine building an entire off-grid house using mostly that: recycled, salvaged, and repurposed materials that others threw away. Sounds impossible? Not only is it possible, it's beautiful, functional, and wildly empowering. Today, we're stepping into one of the most rewarding challenges you can take on: building an off-grid tiny home entirely from recycled materials. We're talking reclaimed wood, salvaged windows, repurposed metal roofing, and even old trailer frames that found a new lease on life. This isn't just about sustainability, it's about creativity, resourcefulness, and building something truly yours. Whether you're dreaming of a remote cabin, a rolling tiny house, or just getting off the grid and off the beaten path, this episode is going to show you that waste isn't waste until you waste it. The foundation: trailer frames and structural gold. Let's start from the ground up, literally. While most people pour concrete slabs or build pier foundations, going recycled means thinking smarter. Enter the salvaged trailer frame. We found ours in a scrapyard, rusted, forgotten, and covered in weeds. But beneath the surface, heavy-duty steel, structurally sound, and built to haul weight. After some sanding, priming, and reinforcing, this frame became the perfect mobile foundation for our tiny home. The challenges? Making sure it was level, stable, and road legal. But the payoff? Thousands saved, and a rock-solid base that didn't cost the earth, literally. If you're building off-grid, always consider what's already out there. A little rust doesn't mean ruin, it often means potential. Walls made from reclaimed wood and sawmill offcuts. Here's where things start to take shape: our walls. Instead of buying new lumber, we scavenged. Barn demolitions, old fences, even Craigslist curb alerts. The goal? Harvest usable planks and beams, especially hardwoods that are expensive new but often tossed out during renovations. We also made friends with a local sawmill that gave us offcuts. Imperfect pieces they couldn't sell but were perfect for us. Yes, it meant a lot more time prepping, pulling nails, sanding, planing, but the result? Walls with character, history, and zero guilt. Plus, the mixed tones and textures looked better than any mass-produced material. Word to the wise: never judge wood by the pile it's in. What looks like firewood might just be future walls, windows and doors from architectural salvage yards. Now let's talk about eyes and entryways, windows and doors. These can be pricey, especially energy-efficient ones. But you'd be amazed at what's hiding in architectural salvage yards. We scored antique double-hung windows with original glass and solid wood frames for a fraction of the cost of new ones. A few needed reglazing, others just needed cleaning and resealing. And for the door? We found a gorgeous arched mahogany piece with wrought iron detailing that came from a 1920s house slated for demolition. Fitting these into modern framing wasn't easy, but the aesthetic payoff? Next level. Pro tip: bring a measuring tape and be ready to adapt. These pieces weren't built for your space, but with a little work they can make your space. Insulation with a twist, wool, denim, and recycled foam. Insulation might not be glamorous, but when you're off-grid, staying warm and energy efficient is crucial. Instead of synthetic fiberglass, we used recycled denim insulation made from shredded jeans. Yes, seriously. It's non-toxic, easy to work with, and sustainable. We also added sheep's wool in smaller areas, which naturally resists mold and regulates humidity. For the roof, we tracked down used rigid foam panels from a commercial job site that were going to landfill. Together, these materials created a warm, breathable envelope that cost less and felt better. And here's a fun fact: denim insulation has better soundproofing than fiberglass. So if you snore, or your dog does, you'll thank yourself later. Roofing made from reclaimed metal panels. Roofs take a beating from the elements, so we had to be smart and tough. Enter reclaimed metal roofing panels. These came from an old barn. Teardown, still strong, still weatherproof, and full of rustic charm. After removing screws, flattening out dents, and resealing edges, we had enough material to cover the entire roof. Metal not only sheds rain and snow like a champ, It also reflects heat in the summer, helping with off-grid temperature control. Attaching it was a bit of a puzzle, but honestly, there's something satisfying about hearing rain hit a roof you built from scrap. If you're looking for that real off-grid vibe, this is it. Flooring. That tells a story. Most people spend a fortune trying to make their floors look rustic. We just used actual rustic flooring. Salvaged hardwood from an old dance hall, scuffed, scratched, and full of soul. We sanded it down, stained it lightly, and sealed it with natural oil. The end result? A warm, worn-in look that's both stunning and sustainable. And beneath that, we layered in subfloor insulation using leftover foam and even some cork panels we scored for free from a local furniture shop. This floor isn't just beautiful, it's efficient. And every plank has a past. That's the thing about recycled materials. They don't just fill space, they tell stories. Off-grid power set up using reclaimed solar components. Energy independence doesn't have to mean breaking the bank. Our off-grid power system came together piece by piece, thanks to used solar panels from a decommissioned school project, a salvaged charge controller, and a refurbished battery bank. We wired everything ourselves, using safe practices and following local code. The key? Testing everything before install, and knowing when to invest in new parts like inverters and fuses. This system powers lights, fans, and even a mini fridge all off sunshine. The most satisfying part? Watching the lights flick on for the first time, knowing we didn't rely on a single power company or new part to make it happen. Kitchen and storage with repurposed charm. Tiny homes demand smart storage. Our solution? Kitchen cabinets made from an old church pew and a salvaged dresser. Open shelving from pallet wood, a countertop made from a butcher block rescued from a closing restaurant. Each piece was adapted, reshaped, and refinished, but kept its soul. The faucet came from a vintage RV, the sink from a repurposed wash basin, and even the spice rack was built from an old wooden crate. The result? A kitchen that's not only functional but deeply personal. And best of all, no two pieces match perfectly. That's the charm of building with what you find. Composting toilet and water systems on a budget. Plumbing off-grid can get tricky, but we kept it simple. For the toilet, we built a composting system using recycled plastic bins and a venting system from leftover PVC. It's odor-free, eco-friendly, and surprisingly easy to maintain. Water comes from a rain catchment system, gutters leading to food-grade barrels, filtered through layers of sand, charcoal, and mesh. For heating water, we installed a used propane on-demand heater sourced from a camper upgrade. Everything works in harmony. It's not just sustainable, it's a reminder that independence comes from understanding your systems, not just buying expensive solutions. If you're inspired to start your own tiny home journey, or just rethink what's possible with so-called junk, hit that like button to support the channel. Drop a comment with the weirdest or coolest recycled material you'd use in your dream build. And make sure you subscribe. We're diving deeper into off-grid hacks, solar setups, and next-level sustainable living in the videos to come. Thanks for being here. And remember, one person's scrap is another person's sanctuary.